Got a cup and a half of warm milk, just warm to the touch. I'm going to add about a half a cup, 2 tablespoons of yeast. So the yeast has proofed, and I have 2 cups of flour in my bowl. I'm going to pour the mixture in, and we're going to blend. Now this is the secret to wonderful bread or to dough. I'm only putting in half the flour. I'm going to mix and I'm going to let it set. It's going to proof with the flour, and then I'm going to add the rest of the flour. And you can see that this solution is starting to bubble. This is going to ensure that you have the best quality bread. I'm going to start adding flour in a half a cup at a time until I have the right consistency. Looks like I may have to add probably about another quarter of a cup. It's still slightly sticky. The dough is not coming into a well-formed bowl. And we're going to add, I've added about a half a 4 tablespoons of butter. Okay, see now the dough is at the right consistency that I want. It is not tacky. It comes off the dough hook well, it doesn't stick. Now, let me tell you a baker's secret to making baked goods. The temperature, the humidity will change your ingredients. So having a hard and fast recipe doesn't always work. That's why you don't consistently get the same result with the same ingredients. It's best to work with what you see, the texture, the feel, to ensure that your recipe is right. So when you're making bread or dough, then you take your time with the flour until you got the consistency and the texture that you want. Don't just dump everything together and think you're going to get the perfect result. It changes from one day to the next. Okay, so the dough doesn't stick to my hand, and I have placed it in a bowl that is oil lined. I flip it over one time, and we're going to let it proof. I'm gonna cover this up with some saran wrap and let it cool, or double it. Okay, so the bread has risen, doubled in size, nice soft, not sticky to the fingers. Okay, so the bread I'm going to dump out on my cutting board. And I'm gently going to begin to work this. I'm going to cut this up in even pieces. So let's start off by cutting it in half to make it manageable. We're going to cut this in half again. Same thing for this one. And we're going to cut in half again. Might have to add a little flour to stop it from sticking. And I'm cut each one of these in half again. Okay, so I have about 14 balls. I've oiled a pan, and I'm going to take one. And of course, we're just going to stretch it and flatten it out. I'm going to take a little bit of my bean paste, put it inside, and we're going to take our time and close around it. So it's nice and close. And of course, we're going to start flattening this out. Take your time Not in a hurry. Nice and flat. I'm gonna stretch it out. And of course, I'm gonna place on my pan. Now this is going to rise a little bit. I'm going to fill the rest of the pan. Now this should be cooked on a medium to a medium-low heat. We're gonna take our time and brown it on each side. I'm gonna give it about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Okay, so the first one out the pan. Now this is pretty, truly delicious looking. And of course, we just split this open and fill it with the meat and the cheeses that we want. So this is how we serve this up. You want to open it up. And you want to add your nice, sweet, and spicy goodness in here. A little bit of that nice, sweet pineapple. Season real well. A little bit of sour cream or fresh crema. And that will do the trick for you.